Hey everybody, my name's Jessica and I work with Saddlebutt. Today I'll be showing you how to go through your class settings and what to look for while you're going through them. Let's get to it! Hi everybody, so my event is created and we are going to create a new class and walk through the settings as we do so. So when you're on your production page, go and click New Class in the top right hand corner. Your code can be any number, but it will keep it in numerical order on your production page as your listing, so I'm just going to leave it as 100. For this video, I'm going to create an Open 4D barrel race. Your registration fee is just your entry fees, so I'm going to do $40. The day number is if you have a multiple day event and you have classes going each day, you can change what day number it is running. The arena is kind of the same thing. If you have multiple arenas, you can list which class is taking place in which arena. You can include your category and averages if you're keeping things specific by youth, age group, whatever it might be. And then you can include this in a category average if you're averaging all of those classes together. And you can also rank this class with all the classes of this specific category. When you choose rank this class, it is usually used for performances. It will put all the classes that have that category into one class with one payout. Next, we are going to move to the restrictions tab. If you have any age restrictions for your class, it would go here. If you're calculating the rider's age as of the day of your race, you do not have to worry about anything. If you're going as of January 1 age, you would click this. If you have an acknowledgement statement you wish to put in the entry for this class, you would put it here. Your admin restrictions, if only admin is allowed to add to this specific class, you would check this box. You have the option to leave your draw and your results public, or you can uncheck them and your riders will not be able to see them. And then you also have the option to remove your published draw or rider number. So if you need, after it's published and you needed to change something, you have the option to change that. Your max entry per horse rider, so this is your horse rider combo. This is not a class limit. It's just, say one person can only ride that horse one time, they cannot re-enter. But it does give you the option, if you wish, to allow the person to re-enter if they, for whatever reason, after they run, if you allow them to re-enter, and then you would put that entry fee there. Your automatic draws is after you've done a draw, if you want them to automatically be drawing in, or even previously to doing the draw, every time you get an entry you want them to automatically draw, you could click that here. The last thing on your restrictions page is your section limits. So this is if you only want certain amount of people in that class, you would put it here. So say 30 riders in your class, you would put 30 right here. And we can do that for this one. So I only want 30 people to enter my race. Next, we will look at our divisions tab. So for a 4D race, you have 4 divisions, and your division intervals are the seconds in between each D. So from 1D to 2D, I'm going to do the half second, full second split. So for these, it's just whatever amount of division. So if you have a rodeo and you're just doing 1 all the way down, no division splits, you would put this as 1, and your division intervals would be 999 because there is no splits. Next, we're going to pay out. Your purse calculation, so your office rate percentage is whatever amount is not being paid back. So if you're having a 70% payback, your 30% would be office rate percentage. So you just put 30 right here. If you have any added money for your race, you can input that here as well. If you want to combine your purse by class category, you can check that. It does have the option for payout places if you have a minimum payout amount as well as maximum places. If you have a different description rather than the default payout description, you can put that here. If you do have added money in your class and you want it to show as an income on your financial summary, you would check this box. Right now it is set to round to the nearest dollars for my payout, and I do want to keep it that way. For your projected payout, before you put your final results, if you want everybody to be able to see it, you can show on your class leaderboard, but if you don't want the projected payout to be shown, you can push do not show. I do have it created already for a 4D payout. However, if I don't want the default payout method, I can change it here. I'm not going to change it for this one. Next, we are going to the carry tab. So we'll just briefly go over this one. So if you have a class you are creating that is carryover only, there will be a required class section. So if you're required to enter the open in order to enter the youth, that will show up here. And then if it is a carryover only, you would be sure to click the carryover only button. If it's just one class, one run that is being carried over, you can choose your options here, but if you're doing one class, one run, it would be carryover one score only. And then what class you wish to carry from. So I don't have it created, but you can see where it would be here. So if you're using the open would be your carry class. We do have a video on how to set up a carry class, so we will reference that as well. We'll just briefly went over it. Next, we're going to briefly go over the sanctions because we also do have a video on that, which we will list in the comments. So you can put on here whether your sanction is optional or required, and then select whichever sanction you're wanting to use for this class. After sanctions, we're going to look at the horse and rider tab. So if you have class-specific information you need from each of the horse or rider, you can do that here. But usually it is required already in your event profile. And then we will look at our description. If your class has a specific description you would like to put, you can input that here. Next is the data tab. If you want to put in a start time preference, or if you want to be able to allow notes for your rider in this class specifically, you can do that here. After you have set up your settings and you're ready to create your course, you can click create course, and then it'll show up on your production page. So right here you can see your splits, and then you can see that this class is limited to 30 entries. And this is our entry fee. So if anything changes and you do need to go back in and edit those class settings after it was created, you go to the right over here to the gear on the right side of your class, and you click it, and then you can go back into your settings. That is how you create your class, go through your settings, and then edit your settings if needed. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more helpful tips.
And you know, that takes me back to our mission statement, which is simply put, to give you more time with your horse, more time for the things that matter.